This right here is the two-piece Wusthof Gourmet carving knife set. It includes the carving fork as well as the 8-inch carving knife. The Gourmet is essentially the entry-level knife set that Wusthof has put out in order to compete with brands like Victorinox and, let's say, the Shun Sora. So it's one of the knife sets where they've essentially tried to cut costs a little bit and pass the savings on to the consumer. There are a couple of ways they've done that. Number one, the blade is cut to an 18.5 angle, which is less sharp, or less thin rather, it's more wedgy than a lot of other knives out there. For example, Shuns are 16 degrees, and even the classic line that Wusthof sells is about 14 degrees. So you can see, for example, these aren't really sharp enough to shave the hairs off of your arm. Aside from that, the knives are also stamped and not forged, so they're actually cut out of a single sheet of metal versus being pounded down out of a little brick of metal, and that also affects a little bit of the knife. They are a 58 hardness, which is roughly in the middle of the ballpark compared to other knives. Knives like Shun's are roughly 61 up to like 63, and the Victorinox is about a 55. So this is a nice little middle ground at about 58. It means that it's going to dull much, much less fast than a Victorinox will, but it's still going to dull faster than a Shun will. But it's also going to be able to withstand a little bit more abuse because it is essentially a more flexible type of metal. They all have a lifetime warranty, and both of these knives, as you can see, have a full tang, which is definitely nice. This isn't really a knife, but it still has a full tang, which I think is actually pretty useful for something along these lines. And they are also made in Germany, which I think is pretty nice too, especially for an entry-level knife set. So I'll put a link down to both of these below. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon.